guys, I'm Mr. 23 and today I will teach you how to do a pixel stretch effect in Photoshop. First of all, you need a picture. I'll provide a link in the description below. Okay, let's begin. First of all, you need to cut this girl from her background, and the way I do it is by using the pen tool, this here, or pressing the P. Okay, so you choose this, you zoom in the picture by pressing Ctrl or Command and plus, and you want to start from a certain point, let's say from the fingers. After you zoom, you see I'm moving the image and is this little hand on the screen. This little hand appears if you press the space, and after you press the space you can drag the image left, right, up and down. Okay, I want to zoom more because if you can see her hand, it has almost the same color here with the background, so we need to be careful where we cut the image. So we start here, we press, and then we make another point and we drag, small drag or big drag, it happens like this. So I need a small drag, I go here, and after you use it a lot of times you'll get used to it. If you want to move a point, you press Ctrl and press whatever point you want and you move it to the left, right, wherever you want, and then you continue selecting the rest of the image. Okay, so this is it. What's so nice about it, besides the really good quality of the cut, is that if you like some I don't know, shape that results after you use the pen tool, you can right click and you can define custom shape, you see. So you can name it like a ballet dancer, and you can use it later on. You can find it in the shapes. So this is really nice. So after we did this, we can we can right click and you can make selection. Okay, and then just press the mask. You see? So I already have my points over there. You can use it. You can use them to move around or to refine your cut, but I don't need it right now. So you can press A or use this path selection and delete your path. Okay, now let's make a new document, and you need to have a square document, not a rectangular one. So we can do it like this, 3000 by 3000, and usually I use for the web this resolution. So we made a square one, we come back to our image. You can there are many ways to bring it back to our new document. You can click on it, hold it, and then go to your document and just paste it. Another way is you can Ctrl and C and then come here, Ctrl and V, copy paste. So after you brought your image here, you resize it. So to resize an object or an image with a person, sorry, you can Ctrl T and you have those transforms. You can do it from one side, from one corner, from the side, it doesn't matter. So this is our image. It looks really nice. But if you look closer, the cuts are really precise. So what I want to do now is go here. First of all, let's rename our layer dancer, and then I want to double click on our mask and just use the feather tool here. You can, I don't know, 1.5 or 1.4, and it looks much better now. If you don't like it or it's too much, you can play with it. I don't know, can be 1.1 for example. Okay, good. So after we have this image, we need now to make the start of the circular stretch. So how do you do that? There are many ways of doing it. One of it is by selecting the Marquee Tool, the single column Marquee Tool, and you see, I keep pressing my left mouse button, and if I press Ctrl K, Ctrl C, it will copy only one pixel from top to bottom. And if I press Ctrl V, it will paste that one pixel. So now if I stretch it to the sides, I hold Shift, and you see, I'm going to the side, and it does this. This is one of the ways. Another way, as I said, is like drawing a rectangular from here to here, and with the same thing, we copy, Ctrl K, Ctrl C, and then we paste it with Ctrl V. And we do the same with holding Alt and Shift. We drag this to the sides. Okay. So we did this. There is no need to do it all the way up for the purpose of the class today. You can do it if you want to move on and use the arms also. You can come back to your image and take baby steps with this selection. You select this part of her hand, you copy it, you paste it, and you do the same thing. Okay, so let's do this today. Maybe it's better like that because it depends on your image. So we come back again, we move on to the rest. Okay, so this is not that fast, but it gives us like a really nice result. So the last part, I think, is the last. So I'm copying it, I'm pasting it, and then okay, let's try with this little part of her finger. It's not that important because after I do the circular stretch, it will be a really nice effect even with this part of her finger. So we're almost done. We need to merge all those parts in one group. You click the first one and then the last one. So you can right click here and merge layers. This is one of the way, or Ctrl and E. Okay, now because we have our square, you move this to the top, and as you can see, if I shrink my image, it's not really a square or a rectangular, sorry. So press the M or click here and select all, right click, layer via cut, and then delete this previous layer. Okay, we're gonna call these lines. I'm gonna duplicate this, I'll need it later. So right click and then duplicate layer, or Ctrl and G, it does the same thing. And now we will see how we're gonna do the circular effect really fast. So We click on filters, distort, and then polar coordinates. And you need to choose the rectangular to polar, not the other one. Okay, so after we choose this, you see the effect is really nice. We come back here. I'll explain you later why I'm doing 2 circles. I hide this one to see what's going on with this one underneath. Now, why I did 2 lines? We have this one, the first one actually. We press Ctrl and T and then flip it vertically. And we apply again the same effect. So, the first one is like this, and the second one is like that. We can use both of them. I'll show you in 1 second, or you can use only this one. So after we did the circles, we move them underneath our first layer, you see, which already looks nice. We need to move those because we need to center the circles with her hands. We need to match her end of the fingers with the circles. So we move everything to the side. We click only on the girl and we move her. You see, I move her here, and now I can shrink the girl like this, and if you want you can zoom in, Ctrl and plus, and if it's not really well connected you can shrink it a bit more. So this is it. Next thing that I'm gonna do is group those 2 lines, the 2 circles in one group. You can make a group here after you select them, and you can call this group circles. Now, as you can see, this part I don't like it and I want to cut it. After we did the mask, there are many ways of cutting this part on top of her head. One way is using the brush tool, and you choose one hard brush, and you draw like that. You have to be careful, use a smaller size, zoom in, la. So this is one way of doing it. The other way is using this tool, polygonal lasso tool, which is more precise. So I press here and I make small points. I press Alt and delete, and it deletes that part. If you don't like something, you can always come back with the pen, with the polygonal lasso tool, or even the lasso tool, and select this part, and you can press delete, and it adds that part to your cut. So zoom out, and from here now we have a nice effect. But let's come back and let's see if we can combine those 2 circles. One thing, I press the mask tool here. Again, I select the brush tool, but now I choose another brush, another hard one. Yeah, and now if you be careful, you need to have the black color selected here, and let's make it bigger. And now if you brush on top, you see it looks really nice. So let's keep it like that. Yeah, I like it. And now I want to add some light effects on top of those layers. So I'll make a new layer. I call it light, and I put the blending mode to screen. And now, so you need to select this circle, and everything that you will do inside the circle, not outside. So make this a bit smaller. Yeah, and just draw one line wherever you feel the need in doing it. Maybe even smaller. Just change the color if you don't like it. So there are a lot of ways of doing it. I don't know, as I said, depends on the way you feel on the moment. Yeah, just play with it and see how it is. Yeah, I'm happy with the result. Now we need a shadow underneath the dancer. There are many ways of doing it. One of them is double click on the dancer, choose drop shadow. We can use for the moment this overlay and press OK. We go here on top of the effects, right click, and then you can create layer only with a shadow. Okay. After that, we can play more. You can make another layer on top and you can draw easily here, but if we draw here, as you can see, it draws outside the circle also. And click this one, so hold Control and click here and make this smaller, and you can draw, you see, another shadow. So this is another way of doing the shadow. We could have done only this one. And now, after you are satisfied with the result, you can change the opacity and draw even more here. Good. Yeah. As you can see, already looks nice. You can put this to multiply if you want. I think it looks good. You can put it like 70% opacity. Looks better like that. So we have our shadow. Now let's take care of something else. What I like to do is play a bit with the lights on the dancer. So in order to do that, click on the layer, new, and then a new layer. I want this window, and you can rename it in dodge and burn. Here you select overlay and fill it with 50% gray. So nothing happened, and now you take the dodge tool or the burn tool. Sorry, let's start with the burn. So what we need to do now, if you use this layer and zoom, you see all the darker parts of her skirt. Yeah, I want to make them darker, and I use the burn tool. Okay, after you finished with the burn tool, you pick the dodge tool, and now you need the lighter parts of her skirt to be lighter. So you go here and you draw. We finished with this one, and now let me show you the result. It looks like that, and it used to look like this. So I think it looks nicer with those adjustments. Now, okay, let's move on with the next phase of our project. We need to draw some hair underneath her head. In order to do that, make a new layer, choose the brush tool, and then go to legacy brushes and choose the dune grass. Okay, this is it. As you can see, if you press on the screen, it does something like that, but I don't like it. So you can choose and rotate it. This looks better. But how can I know where to draw? You go on the dancer layer, you disable the mask, you go back on the layer, which we're gonna call it hair, and you can see here her hair. So I can press once and it does 2 times because I need to modify some properties. So click here and disable all of them and choose only transfer and make it smaller to match this one. So press Alt and choose a color similar to this one or even darker. Okay, and you can play with the colors for a bit and also with the angle. Right click on the screen and move a bit the angle and also the size. So I did this, and now I want to make a new layer, and I want to make all those small hair parts underneath her head. So I make a smaller one and I choose this color and I just draw here some hair. Okay, this looks already nice. I select both layers and I move them underneath the dancer. I enable again this one, and as you can see, it already looks nice. So now we move on with the next phase of our project. Let's choose a nice background. So click here and choose gradient. All right, let's choose some colors. As you can see, here is transparent. In order not to be transparent, you can click on the top one and choose the opacity 100%. Now something else happens on our screen, so let's come back. You can always modify this one, so leave it there. What I want now, as you can see, is to erase this shadow. So this shadow doesn't really look nice. So there are some ways we can do this. You can control and click here. As you can see, you use this part of cutting the circles, and you can click here and it erases the shadow. But there are some other parts left. So you take the brush tool and erase here and wherever you want. Okay, let's come back. Here, let's make some nice gradient. You can choose this color here and a pinkish, something like that, on top. So this looks like this. I think it looks nice. What I want to do next is make a small shadow, and also if I look here underneath, I need to erase this shadow again. So I choose the brush tool, and with the black color I use it on the mask. So now let's go here underneath everything. Okay, let's make a group for the dancer. Let's call it dancer, and I'm gonna make a new layer, shadow. I call it shadow. So let's make it like 125 and choose, I don't know, this color. Pressing Alt and click here and just draw a circle here. Now with the transform tool, Ctrl T, you can hold Shift and move it to the side and then bring it back. As you can see, already looks nice, but I need to shrink it. So Ctrl T again, yeah, and keep Shift pressed and move it up. And then, as you can see, it looks much better. I think linear light looks very good for our project, and put the opacity 40%. Now we have our image. Let's make it double. So you press C, yeah, the crop tool, and just move this to the side until you make it double. It looks nice. Now what I want to do is make the text for the poster. So let's start with the happy. Happy. Just press T and then write happy. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 125. Good. I use the Montserrat font. Let's change the font now with beauty. Make it bigger. And I changed its color to black, let's say, for example, and the opacity like really opaque. And I can move this underneath everything, and underneath also the girl, and I can move it all around. I can move it here. Okay, you can have it like that on top. I think it looks nice. You can play with opacity also. I think somewhere between 0 and 10% looks nice. You can find a good place for it. Now, let's add something that I like to do at the end of it. Let's make a new layer, fill it with black, and go to the filters and choose render and then lens flare. I choose the first one, 50 to 300, and brightness I keep it 100. So you have this layer, and in order to be seen, you should use the screen. Okay, the screen hides all the black and keeps all the whites. The darker colors hides all the darker colors and keeps all the lighter colors. So you can move this around wherever you prefer, like this or like that, or even here on the text. I think it looks nice if you keep it here, for example. You can make it even bigger. It's up to you. I prefer it like that. Now, if you want to change its color, you can make a new hue and saturation, and hold Alt, place it inside of this lightning effect, and now if you change the colors, it will change only the colors of that layer. So you can colorize it and everything has the same color. It's up to you. Okay, let's find, I don't know, something like this one. I like it. So yeah, this looks nice. And now you can make an adjustment layer with levels. For example, you can drag this one to the side, and not too much again, and I think it looks nice. Yeah, it looks really nice. It's really close to what I did before, this one. I think it looks better. Thank you for watching. If you liked my tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.